Hey guys, so what is Autowired annotation? Autowired annotation is basically used to inject dependencies into a string bean, right? So let's see how we can use Autowired annotation. So firstly, let's create a package. Let's name it add controller. Now let's create a class. Name is add index controller. Oh, it is not created. Right now, so basically there are three ways to create Autowired, like use Autowired annotation. So one is to use it with a field, that is, so you can create a function here. We can write it as variety, and then what we can do is we can return veg dot variety from vegetation class. Right now we can directly use Autowired annotation here. Right, we can go to this demo application. Now what we have to do is we have to get a bean that is basically registered. So one more thing we need to do is when we wanted to create bean for this index controller class, we have to use this @ component also. Right now, if we go here, we have to get a bean. Context dot get bean. Now if you remember the name of the bean, if you're taking it as a class, so if you haven't specified manually, then it would be the class name starting with small letter, right? So INDEX capital, right? This will be the bean name, and what we can do is we can print it. So if I run this, you will see I'm vegetarian is getting printed here in the console. Let me run it again. Yeah, I'm vegetarian is getting printed here in the console, right? So let's go back and see how we can use it with constructor, right? So what we have to do is we have to just simply create a constructor, a name, right? And let's start which. Simply what you have to do is you have to use Autowired annotation above this constructor and everything will be done. So what it is doing is that basically our bean is already created, like bean for this vegetarian class is already created in a container. So what we are doing is we are creating the instance of that bean at this constructor. So it will be created here, vegetarian.veg is equal to basically new veg. So that instance is basically getting created here, which we are injecting it here, right? So if we run it, so you see, I have vegetarian getting printed here. The other thing is using it on method. So how do we do that, right? Let's create a method, veg, vegetarian and veg. Right. So let's go back. Let's run this again. Right, I'm vegetarian getting printed here again. So basically these are the three ways how you can use Autowired annotation upon a method, a field, or a constructor.